I do consider myself a very good writer. People have complimented me, and I've been writing a couple of things. So, really, very dramatic about what I write. Very poetic, people say. I didn't realize, but still. And so, I am planning to write a book about the Titanic. A true story of a boat filled with many people who didn't have a problem at all. They were so good. They were so kind from Britain and some other places, and so they went on this boat and they were traveling to New York City. 22 minus 4 would be 18. 18. Some of them were 18 and younger. And they died. And how? It's a real tragic story. When they were in the Antarctic seas, there was a captain. And the captain was around an iceberg. The captain didn't realize that it was too late when the boat hit the iceberg. And this is not a very popular story. Some people know it, some people don't. But it could become a memory. And it is a memory. Impacted millions. But I want to write it as if it was a fictional story, because I really became interested in the Titanic. Why I became so interested was because I became so scared. It really just took my breath away when I saw the movie and I read about it. Read about that. And so I want to write it as one of the great American stories. I want to write it like it's fictional. And so that's what I plan to do. And why I'm so interested in the Titanic is because I'm afraid of going underwater. Now, I've tried over many years to try to get my head underwater, and I just couldn't do it. It was too hard, even though I forced myself into it as best I could. I just can't. And so that's why I'm so interested, because it scares me. Really, it's the thing that keeps me on my toes. And so the boat sinking is so strangely beautiful, negatively beautiful, to see the boat sinking and not seeing what caused the boat to get a hole. It's so interesting and so unrealistic, so special. It's kind of like 9/11 in a way. And so the story of the boat getting hit by the iceberg and filling up with water level by level, and then the thing flooding with cold water that could really kill you at 2 minutes flat. Then the boat splitting, and then a true story goes by this, and this had actually happened. This actually happened. The movie Titanic is absolutely all of it, even the love story, really did happen. That's really what makes it tick. That's really what makes it so special. Because I wouldn't include things that didn't happen. And the love story is just so touching and so beautiful. And something so touching and so beautiful had to happen in my life, because otherwise it wouldn't happen in my life. If I didn't cry at the end of watching it, if I didn't feel moved, then it would be only fiction. But no, it is a true story. And I will write that out, and how these people survived. Well, one of them didn't, but still in the moment. And it scared me to think that this is the way that they would die. Some really old, but some really, really young. Some really, really young people who had a long life to go, and that was the way that it ended. Isn't that tragic? Night and Titanic were the two stories that impacted my life the most. I really, now when I was in a book club, well, not in, but in a book club, they're reading The Fire Within, a book about dragons with stones coming to life. And so I read Dragon Rider. And it was so good. So good. It was filled with adventure. It was filled with chaos. It reminded me so much of the Underland Chronicles. And so people did learn to take appreciation for what I did read and what they read. They learned to balance their interest with mine. And they really were blown away by how I described the tale to them. Well, everything has been going wonderful in my life. I've devoted it to stories and literariness. I've devoted it to friendship, devoted it to people I trust. Most important, I devoted my life to keeping an open mind. Thank you.